Yeah, this one's for,
Okay, dude.
Oh. Got it done?
Go ahead, Hat.
All right, yeah, this is for, Mark and Jamie, and then, if you were here, James Callis. I was just wondering why there are fewer British on the show, and also for Mark, why is it because of your choice, or just because of your acting ability that you often end up playing somewhat shady or slimy style characters?
I'll come back. He didn't mean it. He's dressed like you. Takes one to know one. All right?
Because bad boys are sexy. Yeah.
You can do sexy.
Oh, wow.
Did you say why there's so few British actors on the show?
Yes.
Why are there 3? There shouldn't be any.
Okay, funny is we'd be doing a scene, and just before we're doing the scene in the courtroom, there's the 3 of us sitting there going, oh yes, it's absolutely wonderful, yes, lovely to see you. I slip up into Irish, and James goes into James, and Jamie's back into American. It's like the weirdest, most surreal thing I've ever seen.
And we leave Callis high and dry back where he was with it. Oh, hello.
Okay, I got a bit of a 2-part question, but actually it's to Richard and to Jamie. Richard, you played the original Apollo, and I'd like to know your opinion on Jamie's portrayal of the same character, and for Jamie, what's your opinion on Richard's character?
Can someone translate that for me, please?
He's asking what each of you think of the other's performance as Apollo.
He wants us to dish on each other. Well, Richard we had this question yesterday, kind of, or we went there. I'll start, because I knew Richard before he knew me. I watched it when I was a kid. I was, 7 years old in England, and the show was huge, and I had all the toys.
That's when all this started, that moving around like this.
And I was a huge fan without really knowing, what I was a fan of. I was even younger than 7. I think I was 5 or something. So for me, it was a thrill. It was a thrill to become reacquainted with the stuff that I'd been into as a young kid. And Richard was my favourite character in the original show. The original Apollo was the one. I've always been a Luke Skywalker guy rather than a Han Solo guy. And I guess that shows. And here I am playing Luke Skywalker to Katie Sackhoff's Han Solo. And I know Richard had the sort of same experiences, and we've shared a lot about the difficulties in playing the straight-up dude and how thankless it can be at times. But in sort of more eloquent moments, we've both kind of agreed that I've been allowed to do some of the stuff that Richard was pushing very hard to try and do back in the 70s show, and to make Apollo a little more tested in his nobility and conscience, and to have him have a bit of a harder ride through it to the point of breaking. And I've kind of got there a few times with these producers, because their mantra is very much, let's make everyone grey and nobody black and nobody white. But Richard did an amazing job. He's an amazing man, and he's come through so much, and here he is next to us playing another amazing role, even more amazing, I think, Tom Zarek. And it was a huge thrill when he came on the show. I was really scared, because he'd obviously been campaigning to get his vision on the air, and our manifestation obviously meant that his vision was sort of done for the time being. I'm sure it's going to be revived soon, right? But so I was a lot of trepidation before meeting him, but he's, as you all know, the most warm, generous, open, engaging human being that you can possibly meet, and with great hair.
Oh, frack it. Let's make love now.
Anyway. That really wasn't natural magic. Is that all you got? So it's an honor for me to be here. here as Apollo Mark II. Thanks, Richard.
Well, I have nothing else to say. Thank you very, very much. That was I got to tell you, just going on the show, people always ask me that question. The first day on the set was a little intimidating because, as I said before, was a wee little pissed off. I think back when, and I was writing all these articles about networks and studios bringing back classics and usually screwing it up. So, you know, all of a sudden, here I was walking onto the set playing Tom Zarek, and the one guy I thought would be really uncomfortable and really upset maybe that I was actually coming to guest on the show, I thought would be Jamie, and Jamie was the first.
I was uncomfortable, but you put me at ease really quick. It was great.
Well, he walked over and sat down and had the graciousness to really just say some very kind things, and usually, unfortunately, ego does get in the way in this industry, but like I said yesterday, we've been very fortunate. I've been part of two great casts of actors and human beings who care about the world, care about life, care about each other. And I gotta tell you, there are series where everybody is competitive, hate each other, put each other down. And this cast, they hang out together on the set, off the set, and they're the most gracious, giving people you've ever met, and they care about the world. And this show is about something, as you've read about before. It's not just an entertainment. It's about what's going on in the world right now. It has something to say, and these actors all have something to say. So I'm proud to be part of this show. Thank you, guys.